Hello, Provo City. I'm Superintendent Dow from the Provo City School District. Today is Monday, September 15th, and I hope all of you had a fantastic weekend. You can tell that fall is starting to settle in as the temperatures are starting to cool in the evenings. Just want to highlight a couple of things. We are going to be showing this week a special video from Governor Cox that he has asked us to send out to our high school students. We will be sending that to our high school principals, and they will figure out the best way to make sure that our high school students can see this. It really talks about being an example and demonstrating how we can have civil discourse with one another. And so we'll be sending out that video so that our students can preview that. We also want to make you aware that we do have an all-day board meeting on Friday, September 19th. The Board of Education is going to be discussing our CAS program, which is our elementary level gifted and talented program. We're also going to be discussing our dual language immersion program, our Dixon site in Timpanogos Elementary. We've already started those discussions, but we'll have even a more robust discussion to kind of talk about what it might cost, what that looks like, what are some of the needs that we have district-wide. We will also have a more detailed update on the Wasatch Wall as we have received those designs and are now waiting for estimates from our builder who builds the wall. It's Hadco. And then we will also be having some independent firms reviewing the design to make sure that it will solve the problem that we've had at Wasatch. Once the agenda is published, it will have specific timestamps so that you know when different topics are going to be addressed, and so that you can tune in live. You can also watch it after the fact, and the minutes will have those specific timestamps on there. The board meeting will be held at Grandview, which is on 1591 Jordan Avenue. We also sent out last week some of the new safety requirements that have come from the state through not only state law, but also code that's come from our safety commissioner, Matt Pennington. We sent out an email last week kind of detailing these requirements. Some of the major changes are that our doors at the elementary level do have to be locked and secured with a single point of entry 20 minutes prior to the start of school, and they have to be locked at no later than 10 minutes after the start of school, after the end of school. And so we know that anytime we're changing something, it creates frustration for parents. We ask you to work with your principal on what's going to be best, but we do need to use our Raptor systems to be identifying who's coming and going from our buildings. And please just know that we're doing this to keep our kids safe and to avoid any kind of terrible incidents that we've seen that have taken place in other areas. And we know that we can't mitigate every single risk that could possibly happen, but we need to know that we're doing all that we can to keep our children safe across our district. So please be aware of that. If you have any questions about that, you're welcome to reach out to Matt Pennington if you have questions or you have comments or feedback. You can also let legislators know about it. You can let me know about it. And if there are further questions, I'll take that to our Student Services Department. They're over all of our student safety, and then make sure that I can provide greater clarification for you. We have had several pieces of feedback from our elementary and middle school parents who have tried to email their students, like maybe a student has forgotten an assignment, and so they're trying to email them something during the school day, and they haven't been able to do so because of our security measures. We only allow students to be emailed from individuals who have a provo.edu account. So what our tech department did is they went in and pulled the primary email contact off of PowerSchool. They have now authorized that as an okay email for students to email, as well as they can receive emails from that individual. If you have not updated your information in PowerSchool, then your student will not have the correct email address. So if you have concerns about that, you're going to want to go to our website, provo.edu, click on Parent Essentials, and from there you'll scroll down and there's a section called Technical Support. Click on that, and then there's a red button where you can seek assistance from our technical department so that you can get things updated and make sure that that's accurate. But you are able to email your student. Your student won't be able to email everybody, just you as the parent, as we do not want to have strangers and outsiders be able to use our email system to contact our young ones. So we just want you to understand the rationale for that. We also want to urge you that we are really trying to make sure that students are not getting distracted during the school day. That's why we have no cell phone policies or restrictions on our cell phones for our high schools. we really urge you to only use this if it's really an emergency. If you need to get a hold of your student, you can always contact the main office and they can get a message to your student at their school. So we encourage you to still use that as your primary point of contact, because we want our students to be engaged and focused while they are at school. Also want to make you aware that our district's foundation is doing a golf tournament on Wednesday, September 24th. You can go to the Provo City School District Foundation website if you would like to sign up a team. It's $1,500 for a team of 4. Our Provo Way employee this week is Timpview High School's special education teacher. Whitney Kawane is known for her dedication, compassion, and high expectations that help our students to thrive. That's why she's this week's Provo Way Award winner. She does an outstanding job of building connections with our families and just really helps them to really progress and do great things while they are at Timpview High School, and just demonstrates how much she cares about our students. So if you have her or know her, please offer up your congratulations. With that, that's all we have this week. We do want to make you aware that we are really sending a message to our employees that we're making sure that we're keeping our classrooms as safe spaces. Our classrooms are not places where they become political platforms. We also are encouraging and making sure our employees that if we're seeing bullying taking place or mistreatment of other students because of our students' views, that they are to step in and to correct that as well. We want to make sure that our students are in a safe space as well, and that they know that they can espouse the views that they have and do so as long as they're doing so in a respectful and civil way, that they have a right to do that as well. Our teachers, however, their classrooms are not the space to discuss their personal opinions. We have made that very clear to our employees. We know that our students will ask questions and our teachers will be professionals and will stay neutral and support our students in having those conversations when it is appropriate and it aligns with the subject material, like if it's a social studies teacher or something like that, or it might be something where we're talking about the Constitution and we're talking about free speech. But those things are topics where you need to be included in that and know what the conversation is going to look like, so that you can make sure that you're engaging with your student as well. We want our students to feel very safe no matter what their viewpoints are, what their political backgrounds are, what their lived experiences are, and it's our job as school district employees to ensure that everyone feels welcome in Provo City School District. With that, I wish you all a great week. Thanks, everyone.